As we enter wildfire season, current and former employees of the U.S. Forest Service are raising concerns over how the Trump administration's overhaul of wildfire operations will affect their ability to fight fires in the Southwest. The Forest Service chief says that the changes will make them more nimble, efficient, and effective. 12 News journalist Joe Dana has the very latest from forestry employees and wildfire experts.
Though every wildfire season brings worries, former Flagstaff Councilman Jim McCarthy says there are two reasons this season will keep him up at night: exceptionally dry fuels and a massive reorganization at the U.S. Forest Service.
My concern is, are we going to have the resources to fight these big fires when they do come?
Forest communities like Flagstaff rely on the federal government to be swift and organized if the unthinkable happens.
This is the chainsaw for bureaucracy.
When the Trump administration's DOGE team fulfilled a campaign promise to slash government jobs last year, thousands of forestry and wildfire-related positions were lost from cuts and early retirement. A new report about losses in the public lands workforce shows 6,500 fewer employees in these western states, 679 job losses in Arizona. The positions are related to conservation management, water resource planning, and wildfire management.
The reason we're doing this is ultimately to better serve the public.
Forestry Service Chief Tom Schultz defends the shakeup. It would include phasing out mid-level positions and closing many research stations and regional offices.
In the flattening of this organization, we expect to actually drive over time more resources, funding, and staff to the districts and to the forests.
The truth of the matter is they're cutting in places where it really does matter.
A recent nonprofit's analysis found the Forest Service completed 38% less wildfire mitigation work last year compared with previous seasons.
What do you make of the abrupt way this is all happening? Because some are certainly concerned.
I think the concern is valid, but there's an opportunity before us, and Chief Tom Schultz has been really adamant that he's going to get money and resources back to the ground.
Retired forester and district ranger Jim Paxson supports the Trump administration's aim to reduce bureaucracy and shift resources and power to district ranger stations.
Right now, the district ranger doesn't make very many decisions. The forest supervisor does. We need to get it back to the line officers.
Paxson says a potential benefit to shifting decision-making power to the local level is that logging and thinning projects like this one could move much quicker.
Then you can make plans and do whatever's needed. Thin timber, prescribed burns, improvements for grazing.
We haven't seen where this plan is going to increase staffing. In fact, may do the opposite.
The leaders of a retired forestry workers association say they aren't seeing new resources go to ranger stations.
Agency leadership have got to quit saying they're going to get more timber cut and they're going to get more fire response done, whatever it is. They think they're going to do more with fewer people. It simply doesn't work that way.
These members describe uncertainty, a lack of details from the Trump administration, and the likelihood that more experienced employees will leave.
6,500 current employees of the Forest Service have been given letters that their jobs may be abolished or they may be moved. We are very concerned.
5 current and recently retired forestry employees, requesting not to be identified, tell me the Forest Service has lost valuable experience. One saying when they started laying people off or telling them if they didn't quit they would be fired, a lot of people left their careers early. Fire is just one thing we are worried about. Everything the Forest Service does is at risk. In Flagstaff, Joe Dana, 12 News.
Joe, thanks.